Kayaking archer here. Now I've got sirens in the background. Anyways, this is number 4 in the series, and I think this is the final one, in which I want to address ranges, clubs, shops, and coaches. Let's just say everything is always changing. Both you as the archer and the entities that I've just mentioned. Nothing will stay the same. Just count on that. You as an archer will advance. That's if you're wanting to, keep going. So yeah, you will change, your needs will change, therefore your relationship with the ranges, the clubs, the shops, and the coaches will change. So just keep that in mind. Ranges and clubs and shops can evolve over the time that you work with them. I know the one local range that I use, that's where I went and got my first kit. It was a good little shop at the time. Their business kept growing, and so a couple years ago I went there one time, and most of their open range space had been converted to shelving, so it was getting a little claustrophobic for me. So I stopped going there, and then the next thing you know, they had built a 15,000 square foot new facility. It's absolutely awesome, so I've been going back there. Wonderful new facility. So yeah, there can be kind of like an ebb and flow. It's the same thing for clubs. Clubs can reach a peak and then they can slide down. I've heard stories. So yeah, you just kind of have to be on your P's and Q's. Don't take it personally, and just keep trying to move forward. Coaches, I've not had a lot of experience with coaches, but I would just say it's probably the same phenomenon with your coaching experience. It can be hard to, like, I keep trying to tell myself I need to sign up with a coach, but it can be hard to try to find a good match. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're working with ranges / clubs / shops and coaches, that things always change. And yeah, the other thing I would say that especially if you're a female, a woman, just know that archery shops and clubs tend to be male dominated. So just know that when you go in, that it's going to be a bunch of guys. Having said that, you will rarely find a bunch of guys that want to be more helpful, especially if you're an ollie shooter, because they just don't get that many women walking into their shop asking to shoot at the range. They're used to dealing with guys coming in with questions about their compounds, buying equipment with their wives along with them. Yeah. So they're going to want to be helpful. So don't try not to be put off by the fact that it's male dominated. Just kind of know that going in and deal with it. And yeah, they will try to be helpful almost to a fault. The other thing is, if you are an ollie shooter, Olympic Recurve shooter, when you go into most of these shops, you are going to be the outlier, the exception to the rule. You will be surrounded by a bunch of compound shooters, barebow, trad. Own it. Try not to be intimidated by it. Show off your bling, because you're going to have a shiny bow with all the equipment. And so in general, they're going to be impressed. with what you have and with what you can do. You may get a few comments about, they're shooting with clean gear that doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but, just don't listen to that, because most of them are very nice and you're going to have a great time at the range. So those are just some things to think about when you're starting out. Just know that things are going to evolve as you progress. You're going to get to know your equipment, and most of these ranges / shops have little to no equipment that an ollie shooter or an Olympic recurve shooter can use. So you're going to end up going to online sources or having them order it for you. So just kind of lean into it and keep a sense of humor. So there you have it. Peace out.